guys, and welcome once again to Viper's Triple Eight Magic. And today I'm going to be showing you a trick based on the Sudoku puzzle, hence why the trick's called Sudoku 15. And what we're going to use is these cards to simulate the numbers 1 through 9. We're going to be using the Ace of Clubs through the Nine of Clubs and placing them somewhere in these squares. Whichever way we add them up, they add up to a total of 15. But before we get to that point, just going to give you a bit of a brief history about where this 15 comes from. Many years ago in China, they had a very serious water shortage, and the people were basically praying to the gods to try and get the water back, not having much luck. Then one day they actually saw a turtle that came up on the shore one day and had some weird markings on it, and the villagers were looking at these markings and they couldn't really work out what they meant. But when one of the villagers actually started to add up the numbers, they basically added up to a total of 15, which is quite a phenomenal thing really. So using these cards, as I said before, we have the numbers 1 to 9, and if you was to lay them out in various permutations, there's over 350,000 different permutations that these numbers can be in, which is quite a phenomenal amount of numbers. So getting back to our trick now, what I'm going to now do, or what I normally do, is ask you to select a square to start from by placing these cards out, and on top there's a little T which you can't quite use. Let's see it now. Here we go, 3 cards there, 3 there, 3 there, or from the bottom that way, or from the other side, or from that way, that way, that way, or that way, that way, that way, and then the reverse going down their way. There's actually a total of 8 different permutations I can ask you, and to make it more clearer and fair, in this particular case, in this trick, how I'm going to demonstrate it today, I'm basically going to use 2 dices, and what these dices will signify is one of the 8 various combinations. And the first combination, if I was to throw 2 1s, will be sequence or combination 1, 2 2s would be 2, 3s, 4s, 5s, 6s, and so on. The 7th combination would be an odd number, and the last combination would be a even number, so that would be combination number 8. So sequence 1 therefore will be from here that way, 2 will be that way, and so on and so on and so on. So let's see what number we get, so I can show you these cards. So the first one we've rolled is a 2, and the second one is a 1. So we get 21, which is basically an odd number, so I'm going to signify sequence number 7, which is basically laying the cards this way and this way from that particular cell. So 1, 2, 3. So now with our one of over 350,000 permutations, what I'm going to do is lay them out what would normally be the choice that you make in terms of which square to start with. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So just to recap, over 350,000 different permutations, you can lay them out, and we use the dice to randomly select which permutation to start with. So as we start here, Turn these cards over, and now if we was to add them all up, 2, 9, 15, 9, 14, 15, 7, 8, 15, 6, 7, 15, 10, 15, and so on, and then the diagonals are exactly the same. So I really hope you like the trick, guys, and if you stick around I'll explain how I did it. Thanks for watching. Hi guys, well I really hope you like the trick, and we're going to do a crack straight onto it. So initially at the start of the trick I explained about the Suduko square, laying the numbers out, using the numbers or the ace of clubs to 9 clubs, 1 to 9. That side of it is all true. There's no trickery set up there at all. And I then went on to explain to you about using these cards, and I went on into a story about all the shortage in China and a turtle. Well, the actual historical facts are supposedly true with regards to the turtle, and the mark is on his back, or its back, wherever the people added him up, they actually added up to 15, so if you want to Google it, it's actually quite an interesting story. Anyway, so what we've got to do, as I explained also with these cards 1 to 9, there is over 350,000 different permutations, and those permutations are the cards in various orders. So like that's one permutation, you see clearly, and then if you swap that card around, that's another permutation, so on and so on and so on. So the object of this trick is to get these cards in the correct sequence, and how I do that is basically as I'm talking, going through the story, I'm actually separating out these cards like so, and slowly picking these ones up. Now all these left hand ones are basically all the odd cards, and the current order is 9 through 1, or 9 through the ace of clubs. But what we want to do is we need to reverse that order so it actually is the other way around. So all I do is do this without dropping it, and so on. So what it's done now, it's changed the order, so it's 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. This order, or these cards, are all the even cards, 8, 6, 4, 2, and we don't want to change that order. So all I do is just ramble on through the trick and then do it that way so the order stays exactly the same. Then I basically just even pile in this hand or pile in this hand. So the sequence of laying the cards down is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What this then does, it actually puts the cards in the correct order that they need to be in. Now the actual order is 8, 1, 6, 3, 5, 7, 4, 9, 2. It doesn't really matter at this particular point. I like to do it this way. You do it once and then it's finished. But if you want to put them around the other way, if you want to put them so they're 8, 1, 6, 3, 5, 7, 4, 9, 2, you can do so, but it doesn't make any difference as we lay the cards out. And also I'll put these back as they were, and now these cards are now set, ready to go. And normally when you're showing this to someone, you say, okay, which square you want to start from, and start there, go that way or there, so on, or from what is my top bottom down that way, and vice versa, or left to right and right to left. There's actually, as I said, there's 8 permutations, and the only way I could simulate that in the trick was to utilize the 2 dice, so it's like a random selection from the guest spectator rather than me just saying, oh, I'll just do that and lay them down, then it's a bit forced. So all I did there is put the 1 and then, in fact we've done 2 1s this time. So as I said in the trick I explained about, we use sequence, the 2 1s as sequence 1, and we lay them this way. Doesn't make any difference. It doesn't matter which way round you put the cards down, because if you imagine if this is this square they want to start with, if you rotate it that way and you do it the other way, it really doesn't matter, because the cards are in a set order, so they would come out in the correct order that they should do. So we'll just turn them over rather than lay face down as I did in the demonstration trick. So we have 2, 9, 4, 7, 5, 3, 6, 1, 8. Again, if you add them up, whichever way, diagonals, that way or crossways, they add up to 15, whichever way you add them up, that doesn't change. So yeah, I really hope you like the trick, and again, tick in the like box, subscribe and leave your comments. Yeah, so keep safe guys, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.